this video, I'm going to talk about panic attacks, what they are, and begin to explore one of the ways to help overcome them. Panic attacks are a combination of overwhelming thoughts and emotions and physical sensations. Some of the typical thoughts and emotions that people report are an overwhelming sense of fear, a sense of apprehension and anxiety, and thoughts like, I'm going to have a heart attack, or I'm going to scream and lose it, go through their heads. Along with all this goes physical sensations, such as you're feeling as though your heart is beating really, really fast, or some people report that they tremble a lot. A common one is feeling sick or nauseous, and some people report that they sweat a lot or feel as though they're sweating. If you're someone that suffers from panic attacks, you'll know that it's really scary and you have all these really horrible doom-laden thoughts rushing through your head. But here's the thing. And I don't mean to make light of this matter, but as scary and as horrible as the thoughts and the sensations are, they still remain only thoughts and only sensations. And because they're only thoughts and only sensations, they can't actually harm you. There's no evidence of anyone who's died because of a thought. Let's look at this logically. Panic attacks occur when we appraise a situation as dangerous when it's actually harmless. For example, if I give a presentation at work, I might feel a bit nervous. I might even worry that if I don't do well, my colleagues might think that I'm a bit stupid. And I might actually do the presentation, finish it, and not really feel that I did as well as I could have. But it's not going to be dangerous. It won't actually harm me. Feeling a bit nervous is a natural part of our fight and flight response. It's actually what makes humans great survivors. If I overthink the situation, my fight and flight response becomes overactive, and that's when I can begin to transfer my worry and nervousness to future events. This future thinking of having other panic attacks would cause me to avoid places and situations where I believe this might happen again, and this can make me stop socialising with my friends. It can make it difficult to go to work or even do the shopping. However, an undisputed reason for a panic attack would be if a man-eating tiger had escaped from the zoo and suddenly charged around the corner and eyed me up for dinner. Then the pounding would be real. The thought, oh my God, I'm about to die, would be perfectly reasonable as a response to the situation. But panic attacks are different from the normal nervousness and anxiety that stressful situations in our lives produce, like giving a presentation. Panic attacks strike without reason or warning, and they can cause high levels of anxiety, and they can be incredibly disabling. Consequently, people who develop a panic disorder eventually worry so much about their panic that they start to panic about their panic attacks, and it's overthinking things again. Let's talk about how someone can learn to cope with and overcome these panic attacks and high states of anxiety. It's a two-step process. The first step is to identify the specific thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations. It's no good simply saying, well, I feel a bit funny. You probably mean that you feel a bit nauseous or sweaty or apprehensive, or you feel that you might lose control and do something that might embarrass yourself, such as freezing at the supermarket checkout because you suddenly feel trapped. You might become aware of your heart beating. And you might be aware that your breathing is faster than normal. Try to identify these feelings and put a name to them. The second step is to remind yourself what's real. By reaffirming what's real and by challenging the scary thoughts and sensations, you'll be taking charge and stopping yourself from becoming a victim. This is not a quick fix. It will take practice. However, don't let that put you off, as practicing will help you take control of your panic attacks more quickly. And let's face it, isn't it better to practice and practice and practice so that you can take control rather than put up with the horrible sensations and thoughts that accompany a panic attack? To demonstrate how this might work in a real situation, let's imagine that you're waiting in line for a bus and out of nowhere you feel that your heart is beating fast and loud. The scary thought pops into your head, I could be having a heart attack. Well, what follows is an example of the internal dialogue that you could use to fend off these thoughts. So, although my heart feels as if it's beating really fast, in fact, it's probably only beating about 90 beats a minute. The idea that I could have a heart attack from this is crazy. It's just not true. I'm reasonably healthy and fit, and my heart is strong, and beating at twice this rate would pose no danger to me. Therefore, the chance that I'm having a heart attack is nil, is zero, nada. Hearing my heart beating may be a bit unusual, but not at all life-threatening. As the panic subsides, it's important to notice the success and congratulate yourself. This will help to embed the new patterning of thinking and make it easier next time. If you're someone who has panic attacks, you're not this mad, crazy person who's going totally insane. They happen to lots of people. There's lots of support to help you through this period of your life. You are not alone.